everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com, and today I have another cute project for the holidays. So these are gift card holders, and I've done them in many varieties, and then I've inserted a little card for you to write on that you can put with your gift card. So I know some of my viewers were waiting for this. I'm a little under the weather, so bear with me, but I wanted to show you how I created these. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to bring in our Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and I am using a piece of cherry cobbler, and I am using the Presents and Pine Cones DSP. So you can choose to use a regular piece of cardstock as your base and then attach the DSP pieces to it. I've also done some where I have just created the pocket with the DSP itself. So it's completely up to you how you do it. Dimensions, would be the same for the pocket. So what I did initially was I created a template for myself that I just leave, to reference to in case, I get stuck, which happens sometimes, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get our cherry cobbler. We are going to cut this at 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, and then on the 5 1/4 side, yes, we are going to score at a 1/2 inch. Just make sure I've got that lined up. Okay, we're going to score at a 1/2 inch, and then we're going to score at 2 7/8. Okay, and then on the 4-inch side, we're going to score at a 1/2 inch again. Alright, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry, my head is swimming. I have a terrible earache, and it's just throwing my brain for a loop. Okay, so with your cardstock piece, we are going to trim. So this is the 1/2 inch scored side. We're going to trim this side off. Okay, and then I am also going to trim this corner. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so we're going to trim that, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my edges because that just helps things go together easier. Okay, and then your template should look like this. So let me get those scraps out of the way. Let me just find my bone folder here. Okay, so I'm gonna burnish the tabs first. That's where our adhesive is gonna go to hold our little pocket. Okay, and then I just want to be sure that this edge is lining up. So you might need to hold it like that a little bit, and then come back and give it a nice crease, just so that it's even, because the paper kind of wants to move on you. Okay, so here is our background, our pocket, and then we're going to use our DSP. So we're going to cut 2 pieces of the DSP at 2 1/4, and this one I don't have to be too careful with which way the design is going, so you'll want to keep that in mind as well. So let's do 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, we're going to do another piece of that. 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. All right, now I can get this out of our way. And I see that falling off my table. All right. So now we have these pieces here. I've also pre-cut a piece of Whisper White, and this piece is cut 3 1/2 by 2 1/4, and this is what I'm going to use to slide in and out and put my sentiment. You can write on it, and then you can put your gift card with it. So that's completely up to you. Now, just to finish this off a little bit, I'm using my 1 1/2 inch punch. A 1 inch punch would be great here too, just to put a little notch in my cardstock. Okay, and then I'm going to fold them together, and then I'm going to do that same notch again. Okay, and now we can go ahead and put on our DSP, and then we'll do the notch one more time. So let me grab my snail, and let's make sure this has a nice border. Okay, and I'm going to put on this other piece. And I'm just making sure it lines up with the other piece. Okay, and now again I'm going to bring in that punch and just trim this off. Okay, all right, so there is our little pocket. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some tear and tape on these edges. So let me grab that. I just cut myself a piece here. All right, so I'm going to get that stuck down, and now I'm just going to make sure, this is where I apologize if my hands are in the way. You want to get things to line up. Okay, all right, so now you can see our, whoops, what am I getting stuck on? Our tag moves nicely in and out. Okay. So you can use whatever, stamp sets you have. As you can see from my originals, I was using some of the cookie cutter images, and then for the sentiments, you can use those as well. I used also tin of tags for sentiments, and then I just added a little bit of ribbon to the edge. So let's go ahead and pull in our cookie cutter. All right, and then I'm going to use my Cherry Cobbler ink. Well, oops, I got that upside down. And I am just going to stamp that in the center here. Okay. And then let me grab my, we have some Emerald Envy in this DSP, so let me grab that. Also a To From in this set in Cookie Cutter Christmas. Let me get my little tiny block. Oops, I think I got a little fuzz on there. Okay, and then in my Emerald Envy, I am going to stamp the To and From. Okay. Alright, and let me just grab a piece of ribbon now. Okay, so I just have a little scrap of some real red. I know it would be, I would prefer it to be Cherry Cobbler, but so I can show you how I did this. I basically just folded the ribbon over, and you can place it wherever you'd like. And then I brought in my handheld stapler, which they just retired, but any stapler will work. And I just stapled it directly onto my cardstock and then slipped it in. So let's go ahead and make our little, why don't we do Santa with our cookie cutter. I absolutely love this set. I'm going to miss it when the holidays are over. Okay, let me try that again. Much better. Okay. Alright, now I will use my Real Red Stampin' Write marker, and I will color him in. Okay, now for the fun part. I am going to bring in my Wink of Stella. I have the clear Wink of Stella and the gold, and I'm going to use the clear one on his hat and his cuffs and all the fun spots. Okay, I know that's probably hard for you guys to see on the camera. And then I'm going to take the gold Wink of Stella and I'm just going to do his buckle. I didn't do too bad. Alright, so let's find our cookie cutter punch that coordinates, and we will punch our Santa out. We line him up. Okay. And there he is. And then I'm going to grab a couple dimensionals, and then we'll be done. So these are super quick and easy to make. You can definitely make a bunch. I've made quite a few already. And there we go. Alright, so let me show you some of the others. So here's one with Rudolph. Again, using some DSP as the base. And then I have a bunch here where I haven't used the cardstock as the base. I've used DSP. And they come out just the same, so it's totally up to you how you'd like to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. And I'm sorry, guys, for being a little loopy today, being under the weather. But I hope to be back with you guys real soon. And take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.